Greetings and welcome back once again to the Jena Campaign. I am your host as always. Now, without further ado, let us get ourselves started and see what the French get up to this turn as it starts to head into the early evening. Hello. Yep, they're gonna take the guns. Speed it up a tiny bit. Yep, they're moving that way. Okay, bringing up more cavalry and guns. His infantry continues to move that way. Through Triptis. Oof. Yeah, leave me alone. Push forward. Yeah. Alright. The Law and the Neumann-Schell route, which were over here. 7 units undisordered. 3 units rallied. 5 units recover fatigue. 2 units rout. No one resupplied. Okay. First things first, you go that way. Get your butts moving, please and thank you. Alrighty. Bang. You get your butt moving that way, thank you. Let's get these guns moved. The Unspuck Hussars. They get moved. Okay, we should somewhat be able to secure our retreat now. It's chaotic and disorganized as all hell, but in this case, the divisions are all mixed in together, but this is much more a rout than it is a retreat, so That's not at all surprising. Grunenheim Jaegers, the Werner Jaegers, and then those Fusiliers. Get you moved, get the guns moved. Gun. And finally them. Alright. My force here is in a real sticky wicket situation. So I am just going to have to fight hard to try and get myself out of said sticky situation. The Hohenlohes, get the guns up. The Sanitz boys, send a single, but advance. Take a little bit of gunfire to my side, but these 10-man skirmishers are completely useless, to be fair. But needs must, I guess. Alright, you will get ready to do that. Get them moved. And then we'll also fall back with my cavalry a little bit. Henkel. Holzendorf. And then the Kraft Dragoons. My rear guard is somewhat not in a good spot, but it's the threat. They're in a threatening spot, which in this case is the useful part. The fact that they're in a very threatening spot. And they're also just guarding the rear of everything while I try and get troops out of the battle zone. They continue on. Sure, you get moving. Whoops. Yeah, I'll fix that soon enough. Get the horse guns moved. And the wagon. Now, you will go that way. You will go that way. As I look to set up some screens. Now, those French will have a choice to make. Now the question is, will they make said choice? Will they come out of those woods to drive off my rear guard there? That's the question, isn't it? Alright, let's go to you and get you moved. We'll move get Kalkoif moved. There we go. Kalkoif is still on the move. And then the engineers will move this way. Now the fun part. Semi-fun part. Now the battle part. You're in a square, so you're guarding the flank. That's fair. Let's do the artillery. What do we got? Fire. You're only a pair of 4s, so you're not going to exactly do a lot. And then the horse battery, which will blast there. Didn't achieve that much, unfortunately. What do you see? You can see them, so you'll open fire on them. You are somewhat... What am I fighting? Yeah, 5th. 3rd Brigade, 1st Division, 5th Corps. The 88th line. And the 64th line, so... Alright, these boys, open fire there. Came out even, that one. Alright, let's do this. You will all open fire on them. Belavakwa. Unfortunately, we're in a spot to be enfiladed, which is not exactly brilliant. Oof. Because that happens. That's Clement's guns. I'm going to shift the skirmishers slightly. You plink at them. Yay, got low ammo for my trouble. We are just going to try and keep this up for a little while. Now, Württemberg Hussars under Rosendorf continue forward. Blucher and, well, the Blucher Regiment of Hussars. Followed by his horse batteries, his 8 horse guns. And then followed up by the dragoons. Oswald with the Fusilier battalions and the foot guns will continue to follow. Wartensleben is almost there. and then Schmettau can prepare to get onto the road. So, yes, my right wing under Hohenlohe has been effectively routed from the field. Yeah, my right wing has been effectively routed. Or left wing from what would be my perspective. So yeah, my left wing under Hohenlohe has been effectively routed, but, and here's the key thing here. If I can keep this going, I should be able to fall on his left wing under Law with the entirety of the main army under Brunswick. Which, to say would certainly favour me is an understatement. Because for one, they would have no heavy cavalry. Because, well, Muir is on their right, or at least part of Muir is over there, at least. Get the king and get him moving that way. So yeah, even if only Wartensleben gets to the field, him arriving on the field to support Prince Louis will be just a massive boost. Shoot you. Can't shoot you. Yep, you're all fine otherwise. My forces are getting a bit whacked in places, but that's expected. What have I lost? 6,000? No, not quite. About 5,500. 5,500 roughly to the French 3,000. That's not the worst exchange rate, all things considered. Again, considering, well, he's completely routed that one wing of my army. So the real question is on whether or not I can extract them before they are completely destroyed. Still, with the Duke of Brunswick and the main army converging on Laon, the chance to get a bit of payback is palpable. And then my quote reserves under Kalkoith will be sort of the glue that holds my two wings together for the moment until I can withdraw Hohenlohe north and hopefully give Laon a bloody nose with the main army before marching to the east. But a big but here. is how do you guys think it's going? What do you think of my overall assessment of the situation and, well, the obvious disaster that is the routing or near routing of Hohenlohe's army? As I also then try and escape with the right wing of his force. As I try and barge back some of these skirmishers. So, you let me know down in the comments and just tell me your overall thoughts of the situation, the series, and the campaign so far. Where do you think I've made my greatest blunders, etc.? I know my greatest blunder was even trying to put up a rear guard. I should never have bothered. I should have just kept on retiring north. And retired towards Kalkreuf and had Kalkreuf meet Hohenlohe. But, oh well. You live, you learn, and it's a different situation, so for now, I thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, consider hitting that thumbs up, leaving a comment, or subscribing to the channel for more WDS/John Tiller/ good old PBM goodness. So, I thank you all. Before we go, actually, let me do the melees. This is going to hurt, but ow, as I said, was going to hurt, but I needed to do it to barge the 9th Leger out of my way to clear the road. I had to barge them out of my way. Anyone else? No. So, there we go. So, I once again thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. So until then, bye-bye for now.